Welcome to Eclectic Purpose Yoga. We are going to have a pretty swift practice today. Listen to your body. Remember that your body is your best teacher. If I'm doing something and it doesn't feel good in your body, just skip it. We'll come back to it later. Protect yourself. Remember, this is your practice, so take what you need. Go ahead and bring your toes in together, knees out wide. You can place a blanket underneath your knees if it feels good. If you want your knees to be in closer together, that's okay too. I'm going to create a little extra space here today. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and walk your hands out, coming into a child's pose. Massage out through your brow bone here, third eye center, pressing down into the mat. If that feels good, begin to breathe nice and deep. Sinking your hips back towards your feet, maybe extending the arms out longer in front of you. Begin to take that breath deeper down into your belly. In and out through your nose. Soften through your jaw. See where else you can soften. Take this nice audible breath. Then inhale, pop up onto your fingertips, little spider fingers here. Exhale, walk your hands off the left side of the mat. Exhale, sink back. Right hip pulling back, creating that big stretch through the right side body. If it feels good, you can plant right hand on top of left hand, breathing deep. Inhale, pop back up onto fingertips. Exhale, walk your hands off the right side of the mat. Extending long, you can press that left hand on top of right if it feels good. Really sink your whole body down. You can press your forehead down to the earth. I'm keeping my head up just so I don't hit my earbuds and turn on music. But really let yourself fully relax here if you can. Inhale up onto fingertips. Exhale, hands to the center of the mat and go ahead and come up onto all fours. So pressing down through all four corners of your hands here if you can. Take your palms right underneath your shoulders, spread all of your fingers wide, press all 10 fingertips down into the ground, roll the upper arm bones, the eyes of your elbows forward towards the center of the room so everything's nice and engaged here. Press up and away from the mat, nice engaged arms. Take all the wrinkles out of the back of your neck, so gaze is right underneath your nose here, nice long spine. Hug up through your belly, up through your rib cage. Then inhale, drop the belly down, lift the heart, cow. Exhale, move through cat, surrounding through your spine. Gaze goes toward the belly button now. Inhale, cow. Pull the shoulders away, collarbones run. Exhale, cat. Arching your back like the Halloween cat. Inhale, cow. Moving with your breath at your own pace. Exhale, cat. No need to rush here. Just moving with your breath. Let's do one more each way. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Hug that belly in. Inhale. Exhale. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift the knees. So we're hovering just about an inch here. It's not a big giant Cirque du Soleil movement, just a little inch off the ground, turning on that belly. Inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees. All right, hips go out to the right. Come all the way back, almost through a child's pose, and then all the way up to the left. We'll do a few on each side here. A little disco kitty warming up through our belly, through our side body some more. If you run into a spot that feels super tight, feel free to pause there. Just don't forget your breath. Reverse your circle if you haven't already. Coming back the other way. Breathing, moving, maybe closing your eyes, making it your own. It can feel a little awkward to do this with other people, so that's part of the beauty of a home practice. And get funky. And then come all the way back up to all fours. All right, press the ground away with your hands. Flip your toes under. Inhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk out through your feet. Gaze is right below your nose. Breathe. Excuse me, I'm tired this afternoon. All right, hugging in through your ribs, tailbone's really reaching towards the sky. Come back to a place of stillness. Take a peek down at your mat. Make sure your gaze is right below your nose. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Try not to dump your weight into one shoulder or the other. Take some big hip circles here. So circling the knee, opening up through your hip as much as you can. Inhale, reaching those right toes toward the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through. Plant it at the top of your mat. Drop the back knee. Nice low lunge. Try to keep that right knee above that right ankle. Make sure you can still see those toes. Then pulling back through your right hip. Hug your legs in together towards the midline. Inhale up. Low lunge. Gaze lifts, heart lifts. Hands are reaching up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, slide the hips back in space, flex through that right foot. You can walk your right foot forward if you need to. Inhale, belly hugs in, nice long spine. Exhale, fold if it feels good into our half splits. So we're breathing, we can feel that big stretch through the back leg. We're pulling that right hip back in space, breathe. Then inhale, roll back through. You can scooch that right hip or right foot back if you need to. Lift up onto the back leg and then inhale up. High lunge. Inhale, reaching, arms high. Exhale, hug in through your belly, hands to heart center. Left hand down, right hand high. Pull that right hip back. Twisting in our high lunge here. You can drop the back knee if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, right hand back to the ground. Step that right foot back, downward facing dog. All right, look to the front of your mat, walk, step, or hop your feet there. Take your feet about hip width distance apart, which is about 2 fist distance. Micro bend in your knees, crown of the head drops toward the ground. Grab for opposite elbows, hang in ragdoll here. Really letting everything go through the crown of your head. Maybe picturing a little bead of water dropping down from your tailbone all the way off the back of your head. Come back to stillness. Inhale, halfway lift, so hugging in through the belly and through the rib cage. Fingertips can go to the ground, the shins or your thighs. Nice long spine. Shoulders pull back. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, press down through your feet, root to rise. Arms lift above your head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath. Inhale, micro bend in your knees. Press the ground away. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. One foot steps back and then the other, or you can jump the feet back. Inhale, press out to plank. All right, so pressing the ground away. Dropping your hips down, really nice and engaged here. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way to your belly. Go ahead and rock out through the forehead here, massaging that third eye point, your forehead, your eyebrows once again. Then inhale, zipping the legs together, press your hips and your toenails down into the earth, heels and toes come together, our whole leg touch. Slide your hands back in line with your chest, elbows hug in like little locust arms. Take all the wrinkles out of the back of the neck, press your hips and your legs down, lower body presses down, inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, let's give it one more shot, cobra. Exhale, release. All right, pressing back through all fours or plank, come back to downward facing dog. Pressing the heart back towards your thighs. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Exhale, if it feels okay, bend the knee, open the hips. Don't dump your weight into one shoulder or the other. Take some big circles here with the knee, moving nice and slow, warming up that hip joint. Being really gentle with yourself. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, hug it in, knee to nose. Then step it all the way forward to the front of the mat. Drop that back knee now. We'll come into our nice low lunge. So check it out. Make sure that knee is either above that ankle or behind. We just don't want it to go too far forward. It's hurting our joints. So breathe here. Feel that big stretch in the right side of your leg. Pull that left hip back. Inhale, low lunge. Breathe deep. Chest is lifting. Arms are lifting. Gaze can lift. Pull that right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back to the ground. Pull your hips back, flex through that left foot. Extend the crown of the head long, belly's hooking in. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and fold over that left leg. So breathing deep, working for that forehead to knee connection, but if it doesn't touch, that's okay. You're just energetically pulling it there. Pull that left hip back if you can, keeping energy in that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, roll back through that left foot. Lift your back knee if it feels okay, or you can keep it on the ground. Inhale, up, high lunge. Heart lifts, arms lift toward the sky, shoulders drop down. Inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center. Plant your hands, step that left foot back, downward facing dog. All right, look towards the front. Inhale towards plank or half plank if you'd like your knees on the ground. Breathe, hugging in, hug your rib cage in and together, nice long neck. Inhale. Exhale all the way to your belly, or chaturanga if it feels good. If you're in chaturanga, everything's lifted except for your hands and your feet, and your elbows are tucking in like little locust arms. Inhale, upward facing dog if it's in your practice, or cobra. Again. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. Keep your hips square this time to the mat, as square as you can. Exhale, hug your knee into your nose. Shift forward. Inhale, lift, right leg high. Exhale, cross the body, knee to left elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, high. Exhale, step it all the way through, straight into high lunge. So legs are hugging into midline, but they're on railroad tracks, so they're not in one line here. I see a lot of people in high lunge do feet in one line and they have trouble balancing. So try to keep them on railroad tracks here. And then inhale, begin to rise up. You can drop that back knee if you need to. Check out your hips first, get your stability, knit your rib cage and your core in together. Inhale, arms high, breathing deep. Lifting your chest, lifting your gaze. High lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, left hand down, right hand high. You can also plant your left hand on a block here if it feels good. Right hand can go high. We're sinking into that foot without our knees coming past our toes here. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale, keep the hand high or wrap it behind you if it feels good. Breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant that right hand down. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Opportunity for flow or skip it. Go to child's pose or stay in down dog. It's up to you. Inhale. Exhale to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, lift that left toes high, point the toes, nice long line here. Exhale, hug it in, knee to nose. Inhale, high. Exhale, hug it in, knee to right elbow, cross your body. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee to nose one more time, and then step it through. We're going to our high lunge, or you can low lunge again, it's up to you. All right, pull that left hip back. Take time to get your balance. Make sure your knees are on, or your feet are on railroad tracks here, so parallel lines, not in one line. All right, hug up through your belly, hug in through your ribs. Inhale, arms lift. Breathe, lift, pull that left hip back. Sink a little deeper if it serves you here. Just make sure you can still see your toes. So knees should be behind that ankle or over it, never in front. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right hand down to a block or to the floor. Inhale, left arm high. Breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stay or wrap that left arm behind you, around towards that right thigh. Breathe deep. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left hand comes back to the ground. Step that left foot back. Downward facing dog. All right, another opportunity for flow. Look to your hands. Inhale forward. Exhale down to chaturanga or your belly. Inhale cobra or up dog. Exhale downward facing dog. All right, left foot comes to the center of your mat. Inhale, right leg high, point the toes, reach for the sky. Exhale, hugging it in, knee to nose. Then go ahead and plant that foot at the top of your mat. spin that back foot down. This time we have our right heel in line with that back arch. So our feet are in a line here. We're going to warrior two. So right foot is parallel with the long edge of the mat, left foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Inhale up, warrior two. Really bend in that front knee, but make sure you can still see your pinky toes. Like, that's about as far as I can go with still seeing my pinky toes. Make sure that that right knee is pointing out towards your pinky toe. Hug that lower belly in, drop your tailbone down. Bring your shoulders as much over your hips as you can. It really helps to have a mirror, but if you don't, just do your best. Press down through all 10 toes. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out, settle. Shooting energy out through your fingertips. If you notice you're crunching your shoulders up, drop them down. You can turn the palms up. Stay in this warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. All right, inhale, reverse warrior. So left hand drips down that leg, just never pressing on the knee, or it can reach for that right inner thigh. Right arm goes high, sink into your front leg. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in. Exhale, right elbow to right knee. You can scooch that back foot in just a half inch if you'd like to, or you can plant that right hand on a block here. If your elbow's on your knee, just make sure you're not collapsing. You're really pressing up and out of it. Left hand towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale, extend right hand farther towards the sky, or if you'd like, you can extend it all the way out over your head, creating a nice long line of energy from your left hand to your left foot. Breathe. All right, inhale, come all the way back to warrior two. Press down through your feet, nice strong legs. Inhale. Exhale, circling the hands all the way down. Bump up onto that left foot. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale to plank. Hold. Inhale. Exhale to chaturanga or to your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, toes flip under, downward facing dog. We'll check out the other side. So hug those rib cages in, gazes underneath your nose, heart and chest are pressing towards your thighs. Inhale, left leg lifts toward the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, hugging it in. Go ahead and plant that front foot, spin that back foot down, check out your alignment. So front foot is parallel with the long edge of the mat, back foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Inhale, arms extend. Nice long energy shooting out of your fingertips. You can adjust your stance as you need to make sure you can have some solid legs here. Again, flip your palms if you need to soften your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. So left hand goes toward the sky, sneaking into that front leg. Right hand can reach around towards that left thigh or drip down your leg, just never pressing on a joint. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Peaceful. Exhale, warrior two. Make sure your left knee is pointing towards that left pinky toe. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. So set up first. Make sure you can place a hand on a block here on your knee. Nice long line of energy. Really pressing out through that knife edge, the straightened edge of your back foot. Right hand goes through the sky. Inhale. Exhale, stay or extending that arm all the way out above your head. Nice long line of energy from right hand to right foot. Sink into that front knee a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, settle. Really pressing up out of that left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back. Warrior two. Get your balance. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down. Plant the hands. Step that left foot back. Downward facing dog. All right, go to child's pose or stand down dog, or you can join for another flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, this is a super short practice today, so we're gonna go ahead and have a couple more little postures and then make our way down to our back. So go ahead and look towards the front of your mat. Walk, step, or hop your feet there. You can stay at the front of your mat. I'm gonna turn to face you guys so you can see me. Take a breath in mountain pose. Picture the roots growing out from the bottom of your feet. Spread your yogi toes nice and wide. Hug up through your belly like you're zipping up really tight pants. Drop down through your tailbone. Broaden through your collarbones. Chest is lifted and proud. Palms are facing forward. Inhale. Exhale. All right, bring your weight onto your right foot. Go ahead and lift the heel of your left foot. Check out your hips. Notice if one hip's cocking up or whatever's going on here. Try to even them out. Really engage through your thighs so much that your kneecap lifts. Make sure your toes are spreading nice and wide. We're just going into a easier variation first, but it's still a lot of work. So just take what you need today. So we'll grow our roots out of that right foot, right? And we're keeping our hips even, our belly's hooking in. And then inhale, go ahead and bend that left knee. Go for the 90, 90, 90 here if you can. So 90 degrees at the hips, at your knee, and then at your ankle, just lifting. This is working lots of principles of alignment right here. So keeping those shoulders over your hips, hips over your ankles. If this feels good, stay right here. And you can always come back to this. If you're feeling super wobbly or you feel like you're not keeping your good alignment, come back to this pose. All right, if you'd like to, go ahead and reach for that left big toe with your peace sign fingers. See how this feels. Try to keep that chest lifted. This might be as far as you want to go today. If not, go ahead and extend that left leg out forward. Once you meet your point of resistance, you can bring it out to the left. So trying to keep your hips lifted. It's definitely not about how far you can lift your hips up. It's more about keeping everything level. So extending both arms long. If you'd like, that gaze can go out over your right hand. I'm gonna stay right here today since my balance is being tested. Breathe deeply. Kicking out through that left foot, really keeping everything even, core is hugging in. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way out of it. So bring your foot back in, release that left foot back to our standing leg. You can bring your hands into heart center. Inhale. Exhale, set that left foot down. Okay, shake out through both arms, both legs. Do your wiggly jiggly dance, whatever you'd like to do. Take a deep breath. Bring your weight onto that left foot. Spread your toes wide. Roots are growing out now from our left foot all the way down to the center of the earth. Engage that thigh so much that that kneecap lifts. Hug up through your lower belly. Drop down through your tailbone. I used to say scoop your tailbone, but that means that you're tilting your pelvis forward. So don't do that. We're not tilting it back and we're not tilting it forward. We just have this nice engaged, sturdy belly here. Okay, bring that weight into the left foot. You might notice already that one side is a little more stable than the other. You can stay right here too. This is working all the same principles. If you're working it with your toes on the ground, that's totally okay. That's a great preparatory posture and great for days when you feel wobbly or you just really want to work on your alignment. So stay right here, or you can lift that right foot. So dropping that right hip down, working for those 90-degree angles, really feeling it in your quad. You can pulse here a little bit. If it feels good, you might feel it in your thigh, your inner thigh. Just checking in, seeing how you feel. If this feels okay, you can reach down for that right big toe. Whoop! My left side is my wobbly side. I'm gonna bring my left hand out for balance, or you can leave it on your hip. It's really up to you. So breathe deeply. Keep everything as engaged as possible. Inhale. Exhale, begin to kick out through that right toe. If this feels good, stay here, or you can check it out, bringing it out to the right side. All right, keep everything as lifted as you can, extending through both arms, keeping your drishti one unmoving point if you can. Breathing nice and deep. Keep that hip down as far as you can. All right, so we want to keep our hips level if we can. Then as gracefully as possible, bring it back in. Maybe you come back to your quad. You can also extend that foot long. It's really up to you. Inhale. Exhale, set that foot back on the ground. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, really shake it out. All right, we have one more posture, then we'll make our way down to the ground. So go ahead and step your feet about as wide as your mat. If you're still facing the short edge of your mat, step it about as wide as your mat. Otherwise, just wherever feels comfortable. Bring your hands in front of you. You might want a rolled up blanket underneath your heels, or a pillow or a block underneath your hips. It's really up to you. Bring those hands down and come into this little froggy position. So you can keep those heels lifted. If your feet are feeling really tight today, if this feels like a big stretch, you can keep your hands on the ground. It's really up to you. Breathe. If you want to go deeper, you can step your feet a little wider, planting the soles of the feet, dropping your hips down, and then bringing your hands in towards your heart center and towards your sternum. And then wherever you're at, drop those hips down to the ground. Chest is lifting. Eyes can close here. Breathe deep. Knowing that we store so much emotion and stress and tension in our hips, so just breathing there. Oftentimes we try to just ignore the parts of us that feel really tight or sore or tense or painful. We try to ignore it, or we try to mask it, or we try to slap a band-aid on it, you know, instead of really tending to it or honoring it for showing up. So know that anytime we have tension or pain, whether it's in our thoughts, like emotional pain, or whether it's in our bodies, it's here to show us where we need to send a little more love, or we need to do a little more work. So if your hips are feeling really tight today, of course, honor them, listen to them, but just breathe through it, sit with it. All right, one more breath here. Crown of the head is lifting, hips are dropping down. Inhale. Exhale. Then right hand comes in front of you, left hand comes behind. Sit back onto your sit bones. Go ahead and make your way all the way down to your back. Okay, so feel free to pause the video and take a nice long Shavasana if you'd like to. I'm just gonna come to another little hip opener stretch here today. So I'm coming into this reclined little butterfly. So my soles of my feet are coming in together. Knees are going wide. I can feel a little bend in my lower back. So if this is too much, if you're feeling a bad pinch in your lower back, go ahead and just do whatever you need to do to support yourself. Take a regular traditional Shavasana, corpse pose, or whatever you want to do. Bring your right hand to your belly if you can, left hand to your heart. Breathe deeply into your belly. Maybe a little tuck of your chin here if you notice you're lifting your jaw up or down. Closing your eyes, continuing this breath. We won't be here very long, so show up for yourself as best you can. Keep breathing deep. And take your hands to the outsides of your legs. Close your knees like a book. Pause, inhale. Exhale, go ahead and roll onto your right side. So using that right arm as a pillow, little fetal position here. Breathe, let the ground support you. And whenever you're ready, press into that left hand. Keep your eyes closed if you can as you come all the way back to a seated position. Gentle cross of the legs. Sit up nice and tall. Palms can come into center. Breathe deep. One last time, sliding your ears back in space over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips. Nice proud length here, feeling your connection all the way from the center of your core up to the sky. Feeling the warmth at your fingertips, at your palms. You're alive and well. You did something really awesome for your body by showing up, stretching out today. So just remember that your needs change every single day, so your practice will too. Inhale. Exhale. Eyes can come open, a little bow. Thank you so much.